On my mother's 60th birthday, I'd purchased plane tickets in advance despite being away on business. After working non-stop for days, I finally managed to get some decent sleep. To my shock, I woke up to find Sophia's passive-aggressive social media post. Some people shouldn't get so full of themselves eating our food, using our things, squatting in our house, yet not lifting a finger for their own mother's birthday while expecting my mom to handle everything. Is she your maid now? Sophia even posted on other platforms under the guise of feminist empowerment, calling me a family parasite. Absurd. I'd been giving monthly allowances, never missed holiday red envelopes, and even bought her that $2,000 laptop for college. Her post dripped with profanity, not wanting to air dirty laundry publicly. I privately messaged Linda about it. The next day, Sophia screenshotted our conversation and blasted it in the family group chat. What gives you the right to trash talk me behind my back? You ungrateful witch. Get out of our house. She demanded I leave, unaware the house she called hers was actually under my name. Chapter 1. My mother's milestone birthday coincided with Sophia's college entrance exams. Right after finals, Sophia demanded, "All my classmates have $2,000 laptops, I need one too." I agreed without hesitation. When I handed her the computer, she barely nodded in acknowledgement. Assuming teenage shyness, I thought nothing of it. Exhausted from work before mom's celebration, I sent Linda $1,000 to organize the party and transferred mom $5,000 as a gift. Linda promised a flawless event and urged me to rest. I flew home and collapsed into bed. The next morning, Sophia's venomous post greeted me. Some people are too shameless, making others play servant for their own mother's birthday while they nap like royalty. Followed by Linda's faux humble comment, "It's my duty to care for mother-in-law. Let's not stir drama, wouldn't want anyone holding grudges," smirk emoji. Relatives flooded my inbox with outrage. My father threatened disownment. "Emily, you heartless brat. Your sister-in-law's 10 times the daughter you'll ever be. Get out before you embarrass us further." Trembling with fury, I couldn't fathom why Sophia would attack me days after getting that laptop. Though tempted to expose her lies, I messaged Linda privately to protect Sophia's pride. This entitlement and lying habit won't serve Sophia well. I've supported this family tirelessly, monthly stipends, lavish holiday gifts, yet she slanders me over minor issues. Rein her in before it's too late. Had I known her character, I'd never have indulged that expensive purchase. Linda instantly replied, "Don't be angry, Emily. I'll make sure she apologizes." Instead, Sophia leaked our chat to the family group the next day with, "Backstabbing leech. Get out of our house." As the chat erupted, Sophia sneered publicly, "What kind of aunt rats out her niece? You crashed here, made my mom slave for grandma's party while you snoozed. Those measly monthly payments don't make you family, you're just repaying your upbringing debt." Each word twisted deeper. This wasn't the girl I'd cherished. Fighting tears, I posted 2 red envelope transaction screenshots and responded, "I truly haven't contributed much to the family except financially. But on my mother's birthday, what right does a junior like you have to lecture me? Especially when I specifically sent a red envelope for your mother to help out." Your mother was satisfied. I was satisfied. And Grandma was satisfied. How dare you accuse me of lacking filial piety when you know nothing? Sophia was speechless. She never expected that I'd not only contributed to Grandma's birthday but also covered all expenses for the entire event. Even after realizing her words were wrong, she stubbornly refused to admit fault, snapping, "This is ridiculous. How was I supposed to know you secretly sent them money behind my back? I was just worried about my mom, what's wrong with that?" Her unreasonable behavior chilled me. When Sophia was born, her parents, my brother David and sister-in-law Linda, tried to abandon her at an orphanage simply because she was a girl. It was I who fought to keep her in the family. Since then, I've shielded her at every turn, handling every detail of her upbringing. Without my support for her living and education costs, she'd have been forced to drop out and work years ago. Yet instead of gratitude, she treats my sacrifices as obligations. Heartbroken and confused, I asked, "Why do you resent me so much? Haven't I always given you everything you wanted? Compared to your parents' neglect, I've been your closest guardian. How could you treat me this way?" Sophia scoffed. "My mom told me everything. You're unmarried and childless, you're only nice to me so I'll take care of you when you're old." What a clever scheme. If you hadn't hogged the spare room, I'd have my own bedroom instead of sharing with my 6-year-old brother Michael. I'm practically an adult, this is humiliating. It's all your fault. The irony stung. Even now, she couldn't see her parents' blatant favoritism toward her brother. She'd never get her own room, regardless of whether I stayed. After all, her parents had tried to discard her as a newborn. Done with her toxicity, I demanded. Then return the laptop I gave you. Her face twisted. Snatching a broom, she swung it at me. "That's my laptop. Get out of my house." As I blocked her blows, my parents and Linda returned with Michael. Mistaking the chaos for play, the boy darted toward us. A stray strike hit him instead. My parents instantly slapped me twice. What kind of aunt lets her nephew get hurt? They roared. Linda cradled Michael, sneering. "Some people overstay their welcome. How dare you harm the heir of this house?" Sophia cheered. "Mom's right. Get out." I showed them my social media posts. Was I wrong to be angry when Sophia publicly shamed me for not helping with Mom's birthday? "Linda, I paid you to handle it." "Mom, did you forget the $700 I transferred you?" They avoided my gaze. Guilt plastered across their faces. David interjected with fake cheer. "Kids say silly things. Besides, it's weird for a grown woman to live with her married brother." "Emily, isn't it time you moved out?" Linda chimed in. "You should marry Wang Dashian from the village. He's short but earns $14,000 a year on construction sites, perfect for someone your age." I stared at these strangers wearing my family's faces. Their greed, ingratitude, and delusions crystallized in that moment. The curtain had finally fallen on this grotesque farce. Wang Dashian was the notorious troublemaker in our village, short, sleazy, and fresh out of jail. Yet Linda had the audacity to claim, "Someone like him would be lucky to have me." I scoffed. "If you love him so much, why don't you marry him yourself?" My sister-in-law flushed crimson, jabbing her finger at Mom. "Your daughter's a laughingstock. 26 and still unmarried? You're all disgraceful." She slammed her palm on the table. "You're leaving this house today whether you like it or not." The room fell deathly quiet. Their icy stares resurrected every humiliation I'd endured since childhood, parents mortgaging my college acceptance to coddle their golden boy, summoning me home under false pretenses to fund David's wedding dowry. They'd even tried selling me to a middle-aged stranger until I'd called the police. Across the hallway, Emily was gleefully trashing my belongings. "Hear that?" She kicked my winter coat down the stairs. "Get out already!" My niece's shrill voice carried from the kitchen. "Finally! Once the squatter's gone, this'll be my princess suite." She twirled, oblivious to the mortgage statements in my desk, every payment from my account, every tax document bearing my name. These parasites thought they could evict me from my own property? I packed a single suitcase. As the door clicked shut, I posted screenshots of monthly allowances I'd sent Linda and Emily on social media. Funny how independent women still beg for handouts. "Return every cent I've spent. Then we'll talk about maturity." Sophia called within minutes. "Delete that post. You're embarrassing me." The teenager shrieked. "Gladly," I said coolly. "Once you take down your bragging about redecorating my condo." "But, Auntie, Her voice turned smug. My friends think I'm cool now. They keep liking my photos. I hung up, pitying her delusion. Those likes were relatives savoring our family meltdown. Everyone knew the Johnsons were squatting in my property, the same condo I'd bought to prevent their homelessness when David demanded his bride's absurd dowry. My phone buzzed with another mortgage reminder. Smirking, I listed the property at original purchase price. Within hours, a hulking tattooed man offered cash. Full disclosure, I told the potential buyer at Starbucks. Sliding over inspection reports. Current occupants may require persuasion to vacate. His knuckles cracked. I specialize in persuasion. As we shook hands, I transferred the security camera codes. Let the Johnsons enjoy their new roommate. At the end, I specifically mentioned that although I was the homeowner, I wasn't the one living in that house. Once purchased, the buyer might face all sorts of troubles. The burly man laughed heartily, completely unfazed. Don't worry, sweetheart. In my territory, there's no trouble Joe Lauda can't handle. From your tone, it sounds like someone's squatting in your property. Don't worry. Since you're selling me this house so cheap, I'll definitely teach those bastards a lesson. I nodded, completed all paperwork, and waited for the contract to take effect in 7 days. Relieved of this burden, I happily returned to my rented apartment. Unexpectedly, Sophia called me the moment I got home, sobbing hysterically. Aunt Emily, please come back. Mom and Dad want to turn my room into Michael's study and make me sleep in the bathroom. They called me worthless trash who deserves to live with shit. How could they do this? I'm their child too. It's not fair. Please come help me. I'll never complain about you again. I sneered. Isn't this what you wanted? Your own private space. When you drove me out, did you ever imagine this day? Want me back? Dream on. She completely lost it, screaming through tears. You bitch. Why won't you help me? You used to adore me. It was just one little mistake. Why can't you forgive me? Please come back. Never. 7 days flew by. Knowing Joe Lauda would confront David's family today, I took time off work to watch the show. The scene didn't disappoint. Joe and his crew were tossing all their belongings into a garbage truck while David and Linda desperately tried to stop them. This is our house, David shouted, veins bulging. Joe Lauda waved the property deed calmly. Your house. Then why's my name on the deed? Squatters trying to steal homes should know their place. Sophia gasped at the deed, panicking. Liar! This is our family home. Get out or I'm calling the police. She pulled out her phone, only to have Linda slap it away. Joe roared with laughter. Call them. Let's see who they side with, the legal owner or shameless squatters. Realization dawned on Sophia. Wait. Mom? Dad? Even if it's not yours, it must be Grandma and Grandpa's. Either way, it's ours. How dare these people? Her voice trailed off as David glared murderously. Linda suddenly shrieked, dragging Michael toward me. That crazy bitch actually sold our house. Call your parents. Tell them I'll divorce you and take Michael unless we get this house back. I won't live without it. They tried calling, unaware I'd blocked their numbers long ago. When the calls failed, Linda grabbed Michael to storm off. Sophia trembled, clutching Linda's arm. Take me too. I'm scared. Crack. Linda backhanded her. You worthless slut. You'd still be illiterate if not for your aunt paying for school. College? Forget it. Her expression suddenly softened. But hey, your 18th birthday's coming. Perfect time to marry you off for a fat dowry. Sophia bolted in terror. No. I want college. Not marriage. David tackled her, kicking her ribs. College? Your brother's future house is more important. Within the hour, Every possession the Johnsons ever owned rolled away in that garbage truck. David was seething with rage, determined to confront Joe Lauda for justice. Yet the moment he raised a hand, Joe Lauda knocked him flat with a single punch. Groaning on the ground, David clutched his stomach while Joe flexed his knuckles with a sneer. "Dare cross me? Do you even know who I am? This is my turf, everyone calls me Joe Lauda. What gives you trash the right to challenge me? Pack your things and scram. If I catch your family lingering after selling this house, my next visit won't be so polite." Under Joe's threat, David slunk away with his family. I watched their retreating figures, bitter satisfaction washing over me. Finally, those who'd tormented me were getting their due. But peace didn't last. A week later at my office, security dragged me downstairs to find David, Linda, and Michael camped in the lobby. The moment they saw me, Linda plopped onto the floor wailing, "You heartless monster. How could you sell our home and throw us out? You're killing your own family." David chimed in, crocodile tears gleaming, "Emily, we starved ourselves to put you through college. Everything went to you. We finally bought this house to breathe, and you betrayed us." Gasps rippled through my coworkers. Who knew Emily was this cold? Evicting her parents? Disgusting. I remained stone-faced, pulling out the property deed bearing my name, my house, my mortgage payments. "You lived rent-free for years, and now you dare play victim?" David's face purpled. "I gave you money for the down payment. The house is half mine." Laughter burst from me. With a tap on my phone, a decade-old recording blared. David's voice sneered, "Not a penny from me. Your problem." The crowd erupted. Linda switched tactics. Sniffling, "We're just worried about Mom and Dad. How could you make them homeless?" "Homeless?" I slammed my fist. "You forced me to buy this house for your wedding. I worked 3 jobs while you leeched off me. Who paid for Dad's surgery? Who cooked your meals?" Tears I'd rehearsed all night spilled over. "You want me dead? Fine." I lunged at a pillar, dramatically intercepted by colleagues. Security moved in as the crowd roared, "Throw them out!" David thrashed like a rabid dog. "That's my house. Ungrateful bitch. Should have drowned you at birth." 2 guards silenced him with well-placed punches, dragging the Johnsons out kicking. Their shrill curses echoed through the lobby, music to my ears. They were chased away, their retreating figures looking utterly pathetic. My colleague comforted me, telling me not to take David's words to heart. I wiped my tears and thanked all my coworkers. When I returned to my desk, I genuinely felt relieved. I'd known David and Linda wouldn't give up easily, which was why I'd been waiting at the office for their inevitable scene. Now that their little performance was over, they'd never set foot in this company again to harass me. After a few peaceful days, I found Sophia crouched outside my apartment door. She desperately grabbed my hand, her eyes wide with terror as she pleaded, "Aunt Emily, please. You have to help me. My parents have gone insane. They're trying to sell me to some village idiot because his family offered $28,000 bride price for Michael's down payment. I'm only 18. I haven't even started college yet. How can they do this?" The girl wept hysterically, clinging to my sleeve. "I got into university, but they locked me up and burned my acceptance letter. If I hadn't escaped, I'd already be chained to that moron's bed. Aunt Emily, I finally understand now everything you did before was actually trying to help me. Wasn't it? I was wrong. Please, save me from this nightmare." I watched her dramatic performance coldly, peeling her fingers off my arm. "How unfortunate. I'm afraid I can't help." "But your family," she shrieked, face flushing. "How can you abandon me? People will call you heartless." Amused by her attempted guilt trip, I tilted my head. "What exactly do you want me to do?" Mistaking my curiosity for compliance, Sophia brightened. It's simple. Just give my parents $28,000 like before. Then they'll let me go to college and everything goes back to normal. I burst out laughing. Let me get this straight, you want me to pay your bride price? Why would I fund your family's human trafficking scheme? But you sold the house. She countered desperately. What's $28,000 to you now? I'll pay you back after graduation. I'll even return that gaming laptop you bought me. Don't you want someone to take care of you when you're old? The irony made me snort. The last thing I need is a viper like you taking care of me in my twilight years. I began closing the door. If you managed to escape your parents, you can certainly figure out college admissions yourself. These days, torn acceptance letters don't matter as long as your name's on the roster. You're not here for help, you're here because you miss being bankrolled. Sophia's composure shattered. She knelt down with a thud, clutching my leg. Please. I'll do anything. I'll study hard. Get a good job. Save your breath. I shook her off coldly. You had countless chances before throwing me out on the streets. Now you want money to maintain your princess lifestyle, not redemption. Do I look like an ATM to you, Sophia? Or just a fool who keeps falling for the same act? Exposed and furious, Sophia charged at me with a concealed knife. Her face contorted with rage. You bitch! If you hadn't sold the house, I wouldn't be in this mess. She screamed. My parents said the house becomes ours if you die. You used to dote on me, why are you being so petty now? Can't you make allowances for your own niece? The blade glinted as she lunged. I planned to swindle your assets when you got old. But you're forcing my hand. Once you're dead, my parents will pay for college and cancel my engagement to that moron. This is all your fault. I remembered the pepper spray in my bag. A quick burst blinded her, the knife clattering to the floor as she howled in pain. Months earlier, Sophia had demanded a $20,000 laptop after college entrance exams. Whining, I don't have the means. Now disarmed, she begged through streaming eyes, Aunt Emily. I messed up. Forgive me this once. Don't call the cops, let's settle this privately. I dialed 911 while she spewed obscenities. Within days, police confirmed Sophia's confession about her parents' plot. David and Linda disowned her, denying any involvement. Sophia received prison time for attempted murder. I transferred overseas, building an empire over the next decade. Returning as a billionaire, I learned Sophia had torched her family home weeks after release. Investigators said her final words were an apology to me, the only person she addressed before the flames consumed them all.